All right, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Chevy 6.2 liter engine that went in multiple vehicles, from the trucks to the Suburbans, the Escalades, and see what people think about this. I personally haven't had great experience with it. We bought a 22 Suburban RST, and I made sure to go with the 6.2 liter. I just wanted the extra power, and at the time I believed that it was a superior motor to the 5.3, and it didn't take long for us to have issues with that car. I think we were at 11,000 miles, and at 11,000 miles we were on a little trip, and that motor didn't do anything weird. I didn't feel anything weird, but the check engine light did come on. So when we got it back, I took it to the dealership. I was going to have them do an oil change, and while we were there, I said, hey, the check engine light came on. Can you check it out? He's like, yeah, no problem. So I left it there for the day, and I think it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I get a call and said, hey, your motor is junk. And I was like, oh, that's fantastic. That's not what I was expecting from a check engine light that came on and an oil change, but hopefully I don't have to pay for the oil change. I mean, that's going to be a positive. So reading all the information, it sounded like there was 3 months out plus for this motor. So I started looking into the Lemon Law, and so I read up on a lot of information before I made the call to GM. And to be honest with you, I couldn't be anything more than satisfied with the outcome. They bought the vehicle back for full MSRP, more than what we paid for it. The deal was we just had to purchase another GM vehicle for full MSRP. So because they gave us more, and it was not a great time for buying cars, there wasn't much there, we ended up upgrading to the High Country because we knew the High Country version had the 6.2 liter in it also. And so I was going back to the 6.2. And it's run fine for us. It makes a lot of noise at startup. Sometimes I've tried to take a couple videos. I actually took it to the dealership for that issue May of last year, and it was when this service bulletin came out. The service bulletin basically is N232413430. It's oversized lifter bore. And so they were very, very skittish on, not the dealership itself, but GM, when I called them, trying to get information on how many vehicles this affected. They just kept saying it was a small number. The first time I called, they wouldn't tell me if my vehicle was a part of it. And then the second time I called, they did tell me it wasn't a part of it. So the only answer for this is just to replace the motor. And so they claim it was a very small amount of vehicles, but I know from reading, and it just freaks me out because I was hearing the clatter at startup, that I really wanted to make sure that it was going to be okay. So I've been reading, and it just seems like there's issues all over the place. And it's not even just one individual thing. It's like, whether it's a lifter or, this or that, or the bearings went out. I mean, it's all kinds of issues. And maybe it starts from the lifter, and the lifter goes bad, and the metal goes in the motor and causes additional issues. I don't know. But so I have been keeping a watch on this. And so I think because Meta follows us, they send me the new one where now I think it's the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened an investigation on Thursday into GM's failure of the full-size trucks and SUVs. The investigation is for the 6.2 liter V8 L87, which is in the Suburban. And it basically covers all the different vehicles. There's almost 1 million. It says 887,000 vehicles on the road with that motor in it. So I'm interested to see how this turns out. And like everything, it starts small and ends up adding on. But I want to know what your experience is with this motor. How many people are having issues with this? We're up to like 23,000 miles on ours, so I'm trying to decide whether we want to sell it off or not, but it's just getting to the point where it's crazy that you spend this much money on a new car and you have to worry about, is my motor going to last over 100,000 miles? I mean, because that's just insane. The price of these vehicles is insane in the first place. But in the end, I don't trust a warranty anymore because they always try to fix it rather than just replace the motor once you get over so many miles. But when you spend that kind of money and it's still under full manufacturer warranty, they should just put a new motor in it. But again, who's to say that motor is going to be any better than the last that was in it? So go ahead and leave some likes and comments. Subscribe to this YouTube channel so it can help me make some more videos like this in case there is updates in the future. I would appreciate it. Thanks. Have a good one.
Well, this is kind of cool. I'm getting ready to change the oil on the Suburban, and I've never had to empty this thing, and finally got me a 55-gallon barrel. So I'm going to give it a try, see if I don't screw something up. I keep this up in the air because it's like over full right now, and I didn't want to put it down and then have the oil go over the edge. So you just hook your air compressor up to it, put a regulator on. It says you only want 10 psi. I have a less than that on it right now, and it's supposed to just transfer the oil. Oh yeah, look at that, baby. This is like Christmas. So just the pressure in this airline is going into one side and then pushing it back out the other side and into this beautiful barrel, so somebody can use it for waste oil burner or something like that. So I am getting ready to change up my oil. This is my wife's 2023 Suburban. It's got about 20,000 miles on it now. It's the 6.2 liter. So I change my own oil. I keep the filters. I usually change it about 50%. This one I'm down to 40%. But I'm extremely meticulous about the fact that I want to make sure that this thing has perfect oil in it at all time. I keep those filters. I put the date, I put the mileage on them. And actually, whenever I took it in for the sound, I took the filters to the dealer and had them cut them open. They said there's no issues. They didn't see anything wrong with them. But I'm going to continue to do this just in case, so we have a little bit of I guess, a log of the things that have gone down. So far we haven't had any problems, and I have pre-loosened these so I don't look like a wussy whenever I'm trying to do this. But yeah, I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on this? I don't know if I'm totally sold. I honestly am to the point where I don't know that you should spend money on a new car, because does it really last any longer than an old beater, which is what I usually drive. So tell me your thoughts. I would love to hear them. And I'm going to probably cut this one open just to see if I see anything weird in it. And I will try to do that with you. But I've never cut it open, and I don't have the proper tool to do it, so I don't want to have a bunch of fake flakes in there from me cutting it open. Filter looks clean. I don't know, let's see inside of there. There's no metal debris or nothing at all. So hopefully that's a good sign, but what I'm not a big fan of is the damn sound on startup. So who else is having lots of lifter noise when they start their motors, and what's your thoughts? This video is in reference to an article I just read about the 6.2 engine in the Suburbans, Tahoes, pretty much all the big Chevy vehicles.
having an issue with blowing up. Okay, I went ahead and shut off the heater so there's no other sounds. Let's see what she sounds like. Not what I was hoping for. It's obviously not every time. So that is the update on my 6.2 liter. Hopefully we don't have the same outcome we did with the last one, but you just never know. I'm making this video because there's just not a whole lot of information out there about this kind of stuff. I'm hoping that as more information comes out, I'll be able to update everybody. And I'll try to leave a link to the actual, one of the new news articles talking about the new investigation into that motor. So hopefully you'll like and subscribe to my channel. A lot of other stupid stuff, maybe a little bit of driving in the Mustang or the electric gem car that I'm building, some home improvement projects, but just try to throw a lot of interesting things on there that people will enjoy. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and I look forward to you participating in this video a little bit.